Namaste and welcome. It is Rishi here from meditatewithrishi.com, and today we are speaking all about purpose. This is going to be a really cool video. This is a topic that creates a lot of confusion for so many of us. You know, do I have a purpose? What is it? What is my purpose? How do I find it? Right? All these things. And especially in this age of social media, where you are constantly bombarded with images and news of people living their best life, you can't help but feel that, what am I doing with myself? In so many aspects, right? What am I doing? Why is my life not going anywhere? And actually, it's very likely a case that that's not true. It's just that you're seeing the best version of everyone and then comparing your normal life to that best version. Of course it can't compare. Of course not. It's just not possible, right? It's just not possible. So today, I want to give you a lot of clarity on what it actually means. What does purpose mean, right? Do you have one? Just clear up these questions. So that's it. Let's begin, okay? Now, before we begin, if you're new to this channel, I've got a gift for you. For my coaching clients, I created something really cool called a peace cheat sheet, the 11 yogic rules for daily peace, okay? So these are essentially very simple rules that if you apply one or a few of them, you can instantly increase the amount of peace that you feel every single day, okay? So if you feel like getting that, you can get it at meditatewithrishi.com/cheat sheet. I will link it in the description below, okay? Great. So let's begin with the number one question. Do you have a purpose? Does everyone have a purpose? Okay? I want to give you a simple, clear, no bull answer to this question. And the answer is yes. Okay? Why? Simply because you exist. You have a purpose simply because you exist. Okay, now what does this mean? This means that if you look deeply into everything in creation, from the sun to the moon, to the plants, to the oceans, to the mountains, to every single animal, every single thing, being, living or not, that exists is serving a purpose in nature's creation, right? From the bee that goes around pollinating flowers and, that leads to food production, right? To the trees that give us oxygen, take our carbon dioxide, to, I recently learned this from the documentary Seaspiracy, that the coral reef at the bottom of the ocean is responsible for consuming our carbon dioxide, like our waste. Without that, we cannot exist. And yet here we are polluting the oceans, right? So everything serves a purpose. There is nothing in existence that does not serve a purpose. And because of that simple fact, it means that if you exist, you already serve a purpose. You are here for something. You're here for something. No matter who you are, boy or girl, right? You have beaten millions of sperm just to come into existence. Just let that sink in for a second, right? It is no coincidence that you're here. So just by being here, it means that you are here for a specific purpose, essentially, okay? Now, the second thing, we've established that you have a purpose just by existing. Just by existing, you have a purpose. Just by existing, you are enough, you are worthy, you are already complete, okay? The second thing to understand is that your purpose could be anything. It doesn't have to be like, because of social media, it's easy to get into this idea that, I need to be an influencer. I need to have millions of followers in order to live my purpose. And that's just not true. That's just not true. In creation, you have the sun, you have the moon, you have mountains, you have ants, you have different animals. They are all equally important. They're all part of nature's creation. And they're all important for the existence of everything else. Everything is connected. This is what we need to realize. Everything is connected. There's nothing in isolation. In nature, everything is connected, which means that if you're here, you are automatically connected to everything and you have a purpose to play. Okay? So we need to get it out of our mind that it needs to be some idea that has been presented to you on social media. That's just not true. Okay? The way to know if you are living your purpose or not is, there's only one way. Okay? There's only one way. Does it sit well in your heart? Are you content? Do you feel like, I'm content? This is what I want to do. This is what gives me joy. Serving in this way gives me joy. It doesn't matter. It doesn't even matter how many people you impact. You could be impacting just one person. Just one person. And that's it. That could be your entire life's purpose. It could be. It very well could be. Right? So the important question to answer is it something that sits well with me? You know, am I happy? Am I content doing this? So I want to give you two examples that are completely contrasting, okay, and yet will show you how both of them are equally living their purpose. Okay, so the first example, I'm going to use myself. Okay, so many of you, if you watch my videos, you know my journey. What I'm doing right now is I'm creating these videos, right? That's primarily what I do outside of coaching. And the question I asked myself was, if I had all the money in the world, I didn't have to think about money, okay? I didn't have to think about anything. What would I do with my time? And the answer was very clear. I would make videos like this because I absolutely love these topics that I speak about, and it just gives me so much joy. So I made a decision to test out a theory. I was like, you know what? If that's the case, if that's what I would do, then when I have all the money in the world, let me actually do that now. I'm just going to do it now, okay? And my theory is that if I'm doing this, if it's what I'm meant to do, then the universe will will take care of me. It will take care of me, okay? And this is a theory I've been testing for the past couple of years. So I quit my job 2 years ago, okay? Still testing the theory. It's worked out so far. and I'm assuming that it will continue to work out, okay? So do you see what I mean? It needs to be something that really sits well, like, with your heart. Now, why do I do this? Like, when I look deeper, the question we want to ask is, how can I have an impact, right? How can I have an impact on the world around me? And everyone can have a different kind of impact based on what life has given you, your life experience, right? With me, I had a tough upbringing. My parents were divorced. I also had a lot of love in that upbringing, so I saw both sides, like good and bad. And then I went into uni and went into like alcohol and drugs and like that whole thing for many, many years. And then I found spirituality, and through meditation, I was able to come out of that, completely come out of it permanently. And now what my deepest desire is to show people that through these videos, my videos have one purpose, is to show you that ultimately you need to connect. You need to connect to what is within, deep within. It is this infinite power that's within you. You just connect to that and you live from there. And when you live from there, all your questions will automatically be answered. It's really that simple, right? And the way to connect is just quiet your mind. Quiet your mind and you will connect within, essentially. So this is what I find a lot of joy in doing, and it's what I'm doing, right? But if we contrast this with one of my best mates and one of my best friends, okay? So he owns a business. It is a commodity business. From the outside, it looks like something pretty standard, like a very normal commodity business, okay? It's not what someone would call living out their purpose based on current social media standards, okay? But That's actually not true. That's actually not true. Okay, so this friend of mine, he's somebody who is extremely centered. Okay, in fact, if you remember the video that we did a few days ago on the 3 signs of spiritual progress, the 3 signs of a true yogi, according to Lord Krishna in the Gita, they were having complete mastery over one's senses. So, not overindulging in things. Number 2 was having complete control over one's emotions. So that means that when life throws like really tough times at you, you can still maintain your balance, your equanimity, right? And number 3 was having the welfare of all beings in your heart, right? These are signs of spiritual progress. And this friend of mine, he has all of these in good measure, and he doesn't even know that he has them, right? That's the beauty of it. He's so humble. And this is signs of practice in a previous life, right? Very mature soul. And so he runs this business, this commodity business, and he, so a lot of people that I find in who have that kind of a career, right? Their feeling is either I'm not happy here, like what am I doing? I want to get out of this. I want to do something more meaningful, or their viewpoint is I want to use this to just make money, to make a lot of money, right? To make a lot of money. But okay, same business, same career, right? But his viewpoint is something totally different. His viewpoint is, you know what? I'm actually very content doing this because I provide employment to people, which is like, that's an honor. It's an honor to provide employment to people, right? And even though it's just a few people, I can pay them more. I can help them create a better life, and that's nice. Like that makes me happy. So I'm very content, and that's beautiful. That is beautiful. Ultimately, it's not about having some idea of fame and fortune. That's not what purpose means. Purpose means that you get extreme joy from having some kind of an impact. It could be anything, some kind of an impact, right? Because just like we need ants as much as we need the sun, in the same way, all of us as human beings, like we'll all have different roles. Right? But they're all needed. They're all needed equally. They're all needed equally, right? They're all equally needed. So purpose is not so much about what you do, rather the lens through which you do it. It's not so much about what you do, but the lens through which you do it. The most mundane thing, done with the right view, done with the right lens, can be your source of incredible happiness and joy in your life. So this is the idea, okay? So if we just summarize this video into one question, is if you're wondering, am I living my purpose? Am I what is my purpose kind of thing? It just has to sit well in your heart. Ask yourself, does this feel good over here? Does it feel good over here? If it feels good over here, do it. If there's something that will feel good over here, but you're not there yet, work toward it. Work toward it. That's also the journey. That's also the journey. I wasn't with me, just to be able to come here and make these videos, oh my God, the stuff I had to go through, the whole, drugs and alcohol phase and feeling like I don't even know if I'll come out of it, right? All of that. The universe was like, look, buddy, no one's going to listen to you if you haven't gone through anything. So I'm going to put you through the worst and then you'll have a story to tell, right? So wherever you are right now is really where you're supposed to be, right? So you just trust life. You trust life and listen to this. Trust life and listen to this. So that is it, okay, for today. I've just remembered actually, there's something that could really help. So I created this journey called the 21 Days to Abundance, okay? It is a guided meditation journey, 21 days, 21 minutes each, very easy to do. And the meditations are guided by me and they help you go really deep within yourself to figure out who you are, what you want, give you like a great sense of direction, and help you connect to that infinite power that is within you, help you realize that, okay? So if you want to get that, I will link it in the description box below. It's called the 21-Day Journey to Abundance. So that's it. That's it for today. Thank you very much for listening. Namaste.